Alright, let's see how 77 does. Let's go through this and then we'll do a comparison to see how it looks. Alright, so starting in January rather than with numbers. Doo-doo. A Night Full of Rain. I've had those nights. We all have. Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid from Japan. Interesting. With a wide release? I have questions. An anime? Back in 1978. Interesting. Laser Blast! So, yeah, oh my gosh. Look at that Star Wars knockoff. That is insane. As I'm assuming. That guy looks like he's wearing a suit. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm gonna click on it. What's going on here? Interesting. Tomorrow never comes. Yeah, that sounds like the beginning of a emo rant on Zanga. Coach. Farrah Fawcett? No. Kathy Lee Crosby. She related to Bing? That look like. Is Crosby of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young related to Bing Crosby? That'd be cool. Alright, so we're through the first 3 months and nothing was worth seeing. Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, that one's considered a must-see. That's a shopping mall one, right? Believe so. Yeah, and then Day of the Dead is the bunker. Died and reanimated. Yeah, that's the mall one. 5 Days from Home. I Want to Hold Your Hand. It Lives Again. They tried to kill it. Burt Reynolds directed something. Interesting. And it's a comedy. With Sally Field. He's in a movie with her that was actually filmed in not really my hometown. Town I grew up in at one point in my life. Didn't care for it. Thank God it's Friday. I wonder if this movie is when that phrase became a big thing. American Graffiti reissue because George Lucas was all the rage, so they're trying to get some money. Man, 3 Bad News Bears movies in 3 years? That's crazy. Damien Omen 2, The Cat from Outer Space. I like it, but not a must-see. The Driver. Don't matter. Grease. Yeah, it's considered a must-see for heaven knows what reason. Okay, controversial opinion. I love Jaws 2. I think that everybody should see it. I can in good conscience saying that it's a must-see because, I mean, it lives in the shadow of its big brother, but it's actually a very good movie that people should watch. I think, and this is sacrilege to say, that it is superior to the previous one in one respect, and that is its story is actually better. It's more tense. It makes more sense. It makes a little bit more sense. The writing in it is actually really good. It's just not as well shot because it's not Steven Spielberg, and it's still John Williams' score though, and it doesn't benefit from the tension of or the fear inducement of not seeing the shark. And the director made a good point about why he felt he couldn't do that because the shark in Jaws felt like a reveal, and he wasn't going to get that reveal back, and so he just went for showing the shark as much as possible, possibly to his detriment. But it's really good actually. I love it. Everybody should watch Jaws 2, but you know what? I'm gonna add it. I would tell people, well, so I'm also wondering, I feel like things should be, should people look askance at it? What the heck? These should also be movies that you look at people askance if they haven't seen it. And if people haven't seen Jaws 2, I'm not surprised. But it's because everybody says that it's just a, but it's because everybody says that all the Jaws sequels are no good. But Jaws 2 is good. I'm going to say it's a must-see because people need to learn that it's a good movie. So I'm going to stick with it. 1978 has a must-see picture of Jaws 2. I'm really curious. What is this? Oh, Ross and Monica's dad. A small-time town agent discovers an amazing boxing kangaroo. Figures to use him as his stepping stone in big time. Compete against it. Oh my gosh. What's a pugilist? Oh. Didn't know that. Sounds like a preacher, honestly. The wild geese. Fedora. Okay. It's not a must-see, and I only saw it once. I really can't say that it should be. But Foul Play is a very funny movie. It has one of the funniest fights ever filmed because Burgess Meredith, who at this point is like 60 or 70 years old, he was the coach inside of Rocky. He's very old. He has a fight with, I guess it's Rachel Roberts is her name. Yeah, I think that's right. But they're both old, and it's so funny because they're fighting each other, and it looks like they're about to die, and just about to die of being exhausted, and it's really funny. Everyone should watch that one. Another Hound of the Baskervilles? Good heavens, starring Dudley Moore. I am intrigued. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What in the world? With Peter Frampton, the Bee Gees, Steve Martin, Aerosmith, Alice Cooper, Earth, Wind and Fire, Billy Preston. Were there any Beatles on here? Well, it don't look like it. I'm intrigued. Let's make more money off of Star Wars. Animal House, that's considered a must-see. I didn't love it. It's one of those, if you've seen a highlight, if you've seen the highlights, you've seen everything. But yeah, it'd probably be more fun if I hadn't watched it alone, honestly. But I didn't like it. But it should be. It's considered a must-see. Death on the Nile. Somebody killed her husband. Wait. Is it somebody killed Vanessa's husband? Or there's a woman out there who killed her husband. And we need to figure out who it was. Grammar. It's tricky. The Boys from Brazil. The Drunken Master. Is it that one or is it Legend of the Drunken Master? Did this have a sequel? Let's see. Sometimes we'll say if something had a sequel. Okay, no, it's this one. Yeah, that's a must-see. The Drunken Master. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I want to see that one bad. Alright, The Wiz is considered a must-see. I don't want to see it. I have no desire. I've seen it. Looks hideous. Like screen caps I've seen of it, just not good. But people love it. Music's supposed to be really, really good. But again, I haven't seen it. The Wild Geese. Man, in the category of bad titles. So what? It's a war movie? What is happening? I don't even know what to do with that. Killer of Sheep. Ooh, and it's all serious. Just a gigolo. Lord of the Rings. No. 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 Uh-uh. Nope. Oh, this one was banned. Deer Hunter. That one is considered a must-see war movie. Superman. Wow, it didn't come out till December. That one's a must-see. Again, Richard Donner. Love the man. And one of the few great John Williams scores not directed by by Steven Spielberg's or a friend of Steven Spielberg's. I have a rant about this and a theory about why soundtracks are not as good as they used to be. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, both of them are considered classics. That one gets added. They went that away and that away. Alright, so this could get boring. So now we're going to go down this list, because the purpose of it is to see if we can trust the release schedule list now. I think we can. I think wide release was the norm now, especially 3 years after Jaws. I think everybody was doing it. Let's see if anything comes up that looks like I missed it. Oh, that's the movie that The Birdcage is based on. La Cage aux Folles. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I can mimic it if I hear it said, but I cannot figure out how to pronounce French words by looking at them. Good gosh. Tortillon! I think I've heard about this one. It's supposed to be kind of insane. Richard Gere in 78, man, he would have been young. I don't know anything about that one. Enemy of the People, starring Steve McQueen. I do love some Steve McQueen, but I've never heard of that movie. Go tell the Spartans. Tell them what? That I'm coming, and hell's coming with me. Whoa, did I miss that? How did I miss that? See, that one was August or July. Was I talking about something? I just skipped over it? Did it not get a wide release? I know it didn't come out around at Halloween, but... Oh, it did come out on Halloween. Yeah, I just missed it. I was too busy talking about The Wiz. Yeah, Halloween is a absolute must-see. It is, for a while, it had the record for the highest profit of any film ever made, relative to how much it cost. So money it made relative to how much it cost. And Meryl Streep would have been pretty young there. Yeah. But yeah, Halloween was made on such a cheap budget they could only afford a certain amount of leaves. And since they were filming in, we had Sgt. Pepper's Hearts Club Band and I Want to Hold Your Hand. Robert Zemeckis made a movie that early? Huh. Anyway, Halloween had such a small budget that they only could afford a certain number of leaves, and since they were filming in the spring or summer, they needed fake fall leaves because it's supposed to be Halloween night. And so between takes, they had to the whole crew had to scramble around and gather up as many of the leaves as they could because they couldn't afford to buy more of them. And Jamie Lee Curtis had to supply her own wardrobe. I think everything came from Belk or something like that. Piranha. Joe Dante. Despite that, no. Rheingold. Das Rheingold? Doesn't say. Came from Germany though. D. Yeah, it looks like we can trust that list now. Nothing stood out. Okay, so 1978, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 movies in 78. Wow. Alright, well, I'm glad we went through the list, though, because I would have missed a big one, and there would have been wailing and gnashing of teeth in the comments if anybody actually watches these.